Raul, let's start by talking about how the Wolf Aviation Fund came to be. What was the purpose of the folks who founded it?
Well, Abby and Connie Wolf were the founders. Abby, Alfred L. Wolf, was one of the 5 founders of AOPA, and he and his wife did not have children. Connie Wolf was a world record-setting gas balloonist and really quite famous in her day. In their will, they provided for the establishment of a foundation that, broadly speaking, promotes and supports general aviation.
Now, looking at your materials in the booth here at AOPA Summit, it looks as if the major vehicle for promoting general aviation is to promote the preservation of GA airports. Is that fair?
I'd say that's one of the main areas, but there are an awful lot of other areas as well involving technology, safety, improving public understanding of aviation, and that may not be necessarily airport related. Education, it seems to be one of our major focuses. We get a tremendous number of grants for people who have wonderful educational projects, and we have 7 program areas and give grants in all of those different areas.
I know there are a lot of people out there with great ideas. A lot of people are very highly motivated to volunteer their time and energy and maybe just need the money to get them over the step in terms of getting their projects initiated. What are those areas in which you're focused?
I'd say that for folks like that, what we really like to do is to improve their ability to tell their own story and understand that getting the word out is extremely important in building support for their projects and for their own development of their ideas. Most of our grants are small grants, seed grants or startup grants, or to help take a project from one stage to another. But we also try to provide a lot of information on our website, such as how to do a news release and how to do a newsletter, and work with different organizations to accomplish the objectives of the people. The other aspect is that our grants are not just grants. We call them Wolf Aviation Fund Awards, and we really do award people not only the funding but also the recognition of having won a Wolf Aviation Fund Award. And very often people can take that to an FBO in their area or an aviation business, say that they've won a Wolf Aviation Fund Award, which has a certain amount of prestige attached to it, and develop further support for their project.
It sounds as if you're all about leveraging what's already there to some extent and helping people make the most of it.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you're a member of the media, and you want people to tell their stories, but an awful lot of people are intimidated by the media and don't understand how accessible the aviation media in particular is, and the general media. There's an awful lot of resources in an applicant's own area who would love to tell that kind of a story. Many of the projects we have are basically public service or public benefit or educational in nature, and those are the kind of stories the media is really starved for. Time and time again, I have heard pilot groups sitting around the airport cafe grousing about a letter to the editor or an inaccurate item in a news story. Well, organizations like AOPA and our organization have a lot of information about how to provide accurate information to the media and how to develop a relationship with the media who aren't necessarily the aviation media. So it is worthwhile to become proficient in telling your story, telling it quickly, and being able to get your point across in a way which is non-threatening and which is constructive.
Now, if there are folks out there who are involved in organizations or personal efforts in aviation who need this kind of help and maybe don't need a grant, is there information easily accessible on the website to learn about these things?
Yes, we do. We have information and a lot of links to different sources of information. AOPA has a wonderful body of information providing really good, solid guidance on how to tell your story. And we have quite a bit of information on our website pointing people to similar kinds of information from the different alphabet groups that are very good at this.
Well, Raul, thanks you very much for taking some time out to tell our viewers about this, and go get them.
Okay, well, thank you very, very much, and we really appreciate the media.
Aero-TV is brought to you by...
If you own a Cirrus today, or if you are considering the purchase of a new or used aircraft, consider this. Avidyne, in conjunction with the country's leading Cirrus sales and maintenance facilities, has launched the G3R9 program that combines the purchase of a late-model, low-time Cirrus aircraft and the addition of the Avidyne Integra Release 9 avionics suite for much less than you may have thought, and certainly much less than purchasing a brand new aircraft. G3R9, combining the best airframe, best engine, and best avionics for the best value.